Good afternoon, Miss Analoida Durango. I'm here to ask you some important questions. First is, how do you implement the rules and regulations of DLSUD AMCO?
Okay, so regarding the rules and regulations, before accepting any member, we have orientations. These are two parts. We ensure that they know all of these before they enter and begin their training. Why? Because failure to do these rules will result to termination and probation. So we don't want, as much as possible, we don't want our members to be terminated. So what we do is that every training, we ask them how they respond to our announcements, also how they go their schedules in training, because we have each member has their own special schedule so that they won't conflict with their activities socially and academically. So we, despite having organization, we want our members to have a social life and their life with friends. So we ask them and always remind them to report to us if they cannot attend, and if they are committing they are committing an offense, we tell them that they are doing so either currently or even before it happens, that it's like we sense they're going to do it, so that termination will be avoided. That's it.
Next, since you are the Vice President and the Acting President of DLSUD AMCO, what are your considerations in making decisions?
Okay, so my considerations are, first, every decision that I make, as a vice president, first, when my president was still active, I make sure to ask him first before actually doing it. Because if I act on my own, there would be consequences of maybe he is not up to it. For example, I want to teach advanced, but he sees the members as still beginners, so I can't move to the next level. Also, I make sure to update all the officers first. When I started as a president, that I will be doing this, I will be doing that, and the members themselves, so that they won't get shocked, or that hindi sila may yung the word ginagamit yung mauutal pag nag-start yung training, so that they are also prepared and they have backgrounds as to what we're going to do.
In what ways does DLSUD AMCO makes its members to actively respond to their duties and trainings despite the amount of schoolworks they have?
Okay, so we have another officer. Her position is VP for Strings Operations Management. Now, she is the one that messages all the members to remind them that we have training for this week, or we don't have training. What we call them band dates. That is before every exam week, so that people can still focus on their academics. And we don't. One thing that we want to very much avoid is that their academics will be affected due to our doings in the org. So we make sure that a week before terms, midterms, prelims, that there will be no training. Or for those who still want to train, we give them specific time first to study and be prepared. Then, one of the things is that I always ask them that what are the dates, what are the training dates that you're really available, because I have members from CDAA, from SEAT, majority are from SEAT, and they're third and fourth years. So their time is very much committed supposedly to their majors na. Kaya lang, they also still want to be able to play and their passion for music. So I asked them personally tell me your schedule, and then I will be the one to adjust for you, because I don't want the academics to be affected. So I personally ask the strengths operations management to schedule this specific time and date, or specific time and days for those special members.
Last, as a member, how do you feel that you are being treated equally in the organization?
Okay, so before I was vice president or president, I was also, of course, a trainee. So there, at first, since I knew no one, so it kind of felt very much out of place. Everyone knew each other. There were groups that entered, trainees that knew each other. They were from the same colleges. Because in our group, I'm the only one that's from CLAC, from my understanding. But I knew one na, but so there were two na, so it's okay. But before, during the orientation, I was the only one. And I was very much out of place. One of the reasons was because I had more advanced training than the others. So I knew what they were teaching, I knew the material. I didn't need to play much nor attend. So what I observed at first was that the members also who were advanced as me were kind of bored. Because I can tell you that at first I was bored that I didn't attend. I would say, I have homework, my parents saw that. I would make up excuses that valid excuses so that I won't be able to train, because I was really bored, because I knew that, oh, by next week they'll just be on this and that, and which was true. So at first I felt that, okay, they're treating everyone like everyone's inferior. That's my first thought. But then I noticed that along the weeks, the president would approach the ones that he knew were advanced and weren't new to playing the violin. So he would adjust the trainings of those advanced so that we could also be able to hone our skills, and not be stagnant talaga. Kasi that was one of the things that majority of the people in organizations complain of, is that the equality. Because just because 20 people know this already, the three remaining that don't know can't catch up, because they're not being given the time and commitment from the officers too. But our president, vice president before, and VP First Strings made sure that everyone was treated equally. One of which ways that they did so was they would personally go to that member and spend the entire training hour with that member, so that he or she will be able to catch up.
Thank you, ma'am.